Have you heard of projects and custom GPTs in ChatGPT, and you're now wondering which you should use to find answers? In this video, I'll show you how projects keep your research and context organized, and how custom GPTs act like reusable tools, and then how to pick the best option for your needs when you're interacting with ChatGPT. I'm Lee Drozek, and I help solopreneurs and creators cut through the noise and make tools like AI actually fit the way they work and not the other way around. So let's get into it. Okay, let's talk projects. The role of projects are just a way to keep everything organized into a space. Think of it like, if you're old enough to remember the Trapper Keepers, it's kind of like that, where you can put in papers and documents and other things to keep it all in one section, and then you Velcro it and it's all in a space to easy to carry. That's what a project is. It's just a big space of other things. So to get started, you want to click on New Project, and what that's going to do is it's going to open up a small window, and you're going to give it a name. You can also give it an icon and a color, not the space, just the icon. If you want to maybe designate from colors, you can do that, and you give it a name. And then you'll see here that it says projects keep chats, files, and custom instructions in one place. Use them for ongoing work or just to keep things tidy. Also, another thing, as of this recording, there are two ways that you can utilize memories in this space. One is to use them or not. If you keep it on default, then the project can access your memories from outside the outside chats, outside of this project when it says outside, and vice versa. This is only if you have your memories set. Or you can do a project only. And what a project only is, it just uses what's contained in space. So for example, if I'm working on something for my business, I keep it on default because I want it to look back and see other conversations that we've had. But if I'm using it for clients, I will do project only because I don't want it to interpret my business with their business. So I will just use what's contained in the project. So then once you're done, you click Create Project, which I'm not going to do, and then you'll see over in your projects section, there is your projects. So about the space itself, there's a couple different areas that you need to kind of be cognizant of. And the first is, this is the main part where all of your conversations or your threads are. You can archive them and delete them like you did other chats, or can with other chats. So you can either leave it as a running list or remove stuff that isn't relevant anymore. You can add files. This is where I add my context documents or any supporting files to the project. Now, unfortunately, you can't use the connector like you can in a regular chat, so you actually have to upload the files to the space. But you can use documents, code files, images, and more. And then the other part is the instructions. There is a space for instructions, and this is basically you tell it what to focus on, or if there are certain things that you want to use over and over again. So for example, this is a space for repurposing content, and I want it to take one piece and break it into certain things. So that's where I put in the instructions. So when it reads the instructions and I give it an article, a lot of times it will ask me if I want everything or if I want to concentrate on something, but it looks at the instructions as some guardrails and guidance on how to return its answer. Okay, so custom GPTs, let's talk about them. They're specialized apps. Like, you program the rules once, upload any knowledge files, and then you reuse them for this specific purpose, to extract answers to a particular need or question. They don't remember past conversations. They always respond within the boundaries that are set in the custom GPT. They can connect to external tools or APIs for live data, and that's what the actions are for. Their strengths are repeatability and consistency, and you can be improving them and reiterating them to solve the same type of problem again and again, but get better and better with each ask. There are two ways to create a custom GPT, and one is to have AI guide you through it, and the second one is to use the configuration settings. So you give it a name, you can give it an icon or an image, a description of what the GPT prompt is, and honestly, that is what shows up on the front end to everybody else. Here's my name, here's my description, and then this help my audience is really the conversation starter, and you can have several of them. I like to just have one because they're usually pinpointed towards a particular thing. And then you have your knowledge base, which is just items that you upload to help the instructions and to give it some guide rails and guidance. The instructions are just a set of instructions where you tell it what you want, what the goal is, give it some context, give it some structure, tell it the flow, security protocols, that kind of thing. So you can keep it for yourself, you can share it with anyone with a link, or you can put it in the public repository for anyone to use. So choosing the right tool for finding answers. What do you use and when? If you're still exploring questions, you want to use the project. If you are trying to keep things in a nice, neat, tidy space, then you want to use the project. If you're looking for one-off or maybe different ways to do things, CustomGPT could be the way to go, because you not only can have your own CustomGPTs, but you can interact with CustomGPTs from other people. Projects, on the other hand, are your space. It's for your need. If you are designing something to be used by clients, then a custom GPT could be the way to go. So if your focus is on organizing the search for answers, lean on a project. If your goal is to reuse the same reliable answers over and over, then custom GPT it is. Which one fits depends on where you are now, exploring questions or locking in answers. So tell me in the comments, what would you prefer? To create a project to drop all of your information in and work from that, or to create custom GPTs because that fits more in the answers that you're looking for? Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.